Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. Welcome aboard Flight 777B. We are currently cruising at an altitude of 33,000 feet at an airspeed of 400 kilometers per hour. The time is 7:35 p.m. New Zealand time, and the weather looks good with a tailwind on our side. You're about to embark on a journey like no other. Bible knowledge is helpful, but certainly not required. Either way, this is bound to be a story full of twists, turns, and turbulence. We're expecting to land 15 minutes ahead of schedule with a clear and sunny forecast. If the weather cooperates, we'll get a great view of all that's ahead. But we're bound to have a stormy patch here or there. So be sure to put your seatbelts on when required. Our cabin crew will be coming around when we've reached cruising altitude to offer you in-flight entertainment. Meanwhile, I'll let them take you through a safety briefing. So buckle up, turn those cell phones off or on flight mode, and enjoy the journey.
Good morning, good evening, good whatever time it is. Welcome. It is our privilege to welcome you aboard Flight 777B and ensure that you enjoy your flight.
Under aviation law, it is important that we give you a safety briefing. Before we take off, make sure all items are stowed in your overhead or seat below you, ensuring no loose items are in your way. Put away your meal trays, make sure your seat is in the upright position, and keep your eyes on the stage.
Perhaps it's been a while since you've been on an aircraft. Well, let me tell you, you've never been on one like this before. I don't know what has brought you here tonight, but you can't get off this flight. I don't know what's gonna happen in your life, but you can't get off this flight. I don't know what has brought you here tonight, but you can't get off this flight. I don't know what's gonna happen in your life, but you can't get off this flight. So enjoy your journey, enjoy your journey, enjoy your journey. It might be the flight of your life, flight of your life. Here's a story that you might know, of trials and triumphs and times long ago. It's gonna be a bumpy ride, so put your belt on tight. Your emergency exercise there and there, but where we're going you need not fear. A journey through the center of time's your destination tonight. I don't know what has brought you here tonight, but you can't get off this flight. I don't know what's gonna happen in your life, but you can't get off this flight. I don't know what has brought you here tonight, but you can't get off this flight. I don't know what's gonna happen in your life, but you can't get off this flight. So enjoy your journey, enjoy your journey, enjoy your journey. It might be the flight of your life. So enjoy your journey, enjoy your journey, enjoy your journey. It might be the flight of your life, flight of your life.
Here comes our primary passenger now.
Oh, I hate my life! Ah!
Hope was an interesting character.
Educated, well-mannered, a charming personality.
But she just couldn't figure out why her life wasn't going the way she planned.
Maybe it was her dead-end job. Maybe it was her family constantly checking to see if she had finally settled down or if they could count on her for the next generation.
A little aloof, a little angry. Hope also had many great qualities she wasn't intent on using. Instead, she spent most of her days and nights locked in at home. Not because she had to, but because it was all she could actually be bothered with.
Maybe she was in a rough patch.
Or maybe, like many of us, she was simply on the wrong flight path. Okay, who forgot to put their phone on flight mode?
We take this so seriously, folks.
Come on, who was it?
It's easy, it's the little airplane button on your phone. Just off is fine. Just your phone off, that's all
I think
good,
I hear
thank
it
you.
coming from here.
Over in the back, we can hear
Hello?
it.
Hi, Mia.
Where are you? You said you were going to be here. What are you doing?
Oh my gosh, I just had to get out of there. Gosh. Yeah.
It's your party. You're the one who's supposed to be here. You both announced it. You said you were going to do
Look,
it.
I'm just
Come on,
not in
what
a
are you
mood to be in a party. Like, yeah, I know it's my party. I'm just not in the mood, okay? Like, you know I get weird around my birthday. It's like, why would anybody want to be celebrating the day my mother birthed me? It's just weird. The baby has nothing to do with it. Besides, how much impact can one child have on this world anyway?
Hope knew the answer to this, but it was hidden under layers of longing for change, laziness, and a heartache she wasn't quite ready to deal with yet.
But in fact, a baby had changed the course of history many years ago.
She knew the backstory. She had been to Sunday school, but she didn't know the man, Jesus.
She didn't really know him, or if she did, she had buried that relationship so far down, he didn't cross her mind on this eventful night. But little did she know, he was about to cross her path instead.
All I'm saying is if you weren't such a scaredy cat, this would never have happened.
What do you mean if I was less of a scaredy cat? As far as I recall, you were guarding that tomb too. Where were you when that angel appeared?
I was on a toilet break.
You mean you were winning your pants?
An angel!
Oh, not again!
Get back! Get back! Get back, angel! You are currently trespassing on the property of the king. We must guard this tomb. By order of King Herod.
Yeah, we've been doing a great job so far.
Watch the dead guy, they said. It'll be easy, they said. Like watching paint dry. What could go wrong?
Well, except that it wasn't just any dead body, was it? No, it was the body of the King of the Jews, the one the prophet spoke about, the one they said would rise again after 3 days.
Okay, I'm officially freaked out. What's going on?
Well, we just lost the body of Jesus, the most important man in all of Judea.
Yeah, he was crucified 3 days ago, and we were paid by the authorities to guard his tomb. And we were until that angel showed up and scared us off.
And now the authorities that hired us are gonna kill us.
Don't know that.
Oh, they're surely not going to say, oh, sorry, lads, body's gone, better luck next time.
What can we do?
What if you said something happened? Like,
Well, like what?
someone came and stole the body.
Yeah, maybe we could say it was one of those crazy disciples. They came in the middle of the night, dug a tunnel underneath the stone, and smuggled the body out.
Done!
Possible. But where's the tunnel?
Well,
Oh, I'll start digging.
No. Where were we when they smuggled Jesus out of the tunnel?
yes, we were,
We were sleeping. Oh, we were drunk.
we're doomed.
Look, if they knew that Jesus would be taken from the tomb, and they knew there was nothing we could do about it, then those priests must surely know that something greater has happened here, something we can't explain.
You're right. This is big.
We saw an angel.
A terrifying angel.
The body
disappeared.
The body of the King of the Jews,
The King of the Jews who fulfilled the prophecies.
the one the prophet said would save the world.
And then now I showed up.
So you're saying that we don't go back to the priests and we go and look for the dead body of Jesus?
No. There is no dead body because we know what we saw. We need to look for Jesus. He is risen again.
Thank you, Angel. Thank you for helping us and not scaring us. We owe a debt of gratitude to your Lord.
Thank you. All good.
Make haste, men.
Oh, watch that sword.
This way. This way.
I should be in charge.
Whoa. Okay, that was cool. That was a weird dream, but that was so cool.
Passengers, this is a notice about our flight procedural policy. Your journey isn't over yet. In fact, it's barely begun.
Ah, miss, I have to ask you politely to please take your seat.
I think it's about time we told you.
This is not an ordinary flight. What? I'm on a couch.
This is not a dream.
What is it then? Oh, you'll find out. I'll find out? What do you mean? Like what?
Imagine this scene hours before our arrival. Anno Domini 36, just 5 days before the Passover festival.
Reports will tell you of a celebratory commotion that went down, of a man seen on the back of a donkey moving through the streets of Jerusalem.
Surrounded by disciples, commoners, criminals, and priests.
By politicians and paupers.
By poor and rich alike, beggars and bourgeoisie.
Here he was hailed. Here he was welcomed. To some he was a prince and a savior. To others, a criminal.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Rebecca, come and help me move this.
Oh, Abigail, I thought that we discussed this. You sweet, I pick up. I'm not shifting that. It's not in my pay grade.
But it's right in the middle of the road. We get paid to sweep the streets.
True.
And nobody bothered to tell me that there was going to be a street march right before we had to do it. Oh, come on.
Wait, stop.
Hop to it.
No.
Move.
Why?
Move, please. Anyway, move, please. I don't have any money, and I certainly don't have any bread to give you.
I'm not a beggar. I don't know what I'm doing here, but I think I'm looking for Jesus, his body, or the man himself, but I'm not a beggar.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, we saw him.
Nope.
No, we did, Abigail. We saw him
We saw nothing.
We did. We didn't see that man riding on the donkey through the town.
We are hard-working women. We sweep the streets. We keep our heads down. We saw absolutely nothing.
That's right. We didn't see the swarms of people racing through the streets.
Absolutely nothing. We saw nothing.
That's right. We don't actually get paid to think. We just sweep up the donkey poo and pick up the palm leaves. Why would we even bother to think about what brought these people to the streets in the first place? I don't know.
Can you explain what's going on?
Well, I can.
I'll tell you what happened. Jesus came to town, riding on a donkey. The people got excited. They cheered, waved palm leaves. Woohoo. End of story. That's it. Nothing else.
They say he's going to save us.
Rebecca! Have you lost your wits? 35 years I've been a street cleaner. 35 years. And I've kept my job, kept my head by keeping it down and my nose out of others' business. I'm not going to get caught up in some fantasy about the so-called Son of God. I'm a widow. I have no money. I've barely got a home. So what if he's special? What if he is a prophet? Is it going to benefit me? I don't think so. Anyway, why would he care about the likes of you and me?
I suppose we can do that. Oh, let's see. Why was he here? Did you hear anything else that they might have said about this man Jesus?
Well, actually, yes. You don't get to be a street cleaner for 35 years without overhearing a thing or two. I was just sweeping in front of the temple just before I came here. And I overheard those priests going, yada, yada, yada. Woof, 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 woof. I don't know what he was thinking coming here. He's invited himself into the home of all his enemies. He's painted a target on his head. Might be safe for now with his fan club of disciples protecting him. But those priests, they're watching, they're plotting, they're planning, and they're waiting to get him alone.
What, and you heard this?
Clear as daylight. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They're going to kill him anyway.
But how do you know?
I mean, I don't know what he was thinking, causing such a commotion. I mean, does he come here to shake things up?
He has, Abigail. But maybe things need shaking up.
Yeah, well, they do. But the officials feel threatened, and the priests feel threatened. I don't know. Anyway, I've said too much. Come on, we need to get going.
But Abigail, we could save him. We could save the disciples and warn them.
You're right. And then I'll get an invitation to go and see Pilate. Oh yeah, and then I can tell him about our health and safety plan for the streets of Jerusalem after New Year. You're right. Come on.
Find Jesus. Find him. I heard that he was staying with his disciples in Bethany. Go to Lazarus' house. You might be able to save him. Please find him.
Okay, I'll try. Flight Angel Cruising! Okay, I get it. You guys can just fly me anywhere and you get me in this mess. I'm pretty sure you can get me out. So our last stop, Jesus was dead and now he's not. You just need to take me to Lazarus' house. Yeah, I can save Jesus. Hope Hannigan save Jesus and rewrites history.
party of my life.
The old one or your new one?
Both.
What's the pottery? We just had that made last week. Lazarus. I know we have much to celebrate, but you do realize you've just come back to life. I do think you should be in bed resting.
Oh, Martha, I was just raised from the dead. What better reason to celebrate like it's the last night of my life?
Well, Jesus went to all that trouble to heal you and bring you back to life. I doubt this is the last night you've got left. Please, take a bath.
Oh, but I've still got to beat Mary at limbo.
All right, that's it. I'm shutting this down. Everybody out. We've had a really long day.
Okay, everyone. Martha's right. Our brother started the day dead. We all witnessed an incredible miracle, and our dear Lazarus is with us once again. Jesus saved the day. He saved him. And as much as some of us would like to celebrate this out loud, we probably do need a quiet evening to refocus and thank God for bringing Jesus to us today. Farewell, everyone. We can celebrate another time.
Bye. Make sure to grab a party token on the way out.
That's you too, dear. Off you go.
Oh, hi. I'm new around here. A traveler? Ooh. Okay, I know we just told everyone else to leave, but we're known for our hospitality here, especially for foreigners with nowhere else to go. Tell me about yourself. Where did you come from, and how did you find your way into this house?
That's kind of a hard question to answer. And from a word completely not like this one.
Fascinating. How so?
Well, for starters, I haven't been to a house party quite like this in a while. Well, because where I'm from, people are scared, and families and loved ones are split across oceans, and loved ones are dying alone, and some of us were just alone. And this Jesus that saved the day tonight, I think I've heard of him.
My dear, do you know what happened here today?
I think I remember from Sunday school back in my land.
Look, I'll just come out and address the camel in the room. I was dead. Now I'm alive.
Yeah, I got that.
You don't get it. I was dead. Dead.
Like 4 days dead.
Yeah, and it was not looking too good for me. But then Jesus showed up and brought me back to this world. He's a hero. And I'll spend the rest of my life praising God.
I kind of got that. It's like this crazy miracle. Jesus saved the day, and life's good, and the case closed. And
hang on a second. That's not all there is to this story. Your world you spoke of, the one that's so different to ours, I don't actually think it's all that different from where we are today.
Yeah, it's completely different.
The world you see here is full of pain, corruption, hopelessness. In this world, we're scared too.
You think you know pain like I do?
I think you don't know me at all.
Martha.
We have poverty like you've never seen. Law that benefits a few and slowly kills the rest of us. We have teachers that spread lies and a prophecy yet to be fulfilled about a Messiah who will finally set things right. But instead, things continue to get worse. You think our life is perfect because we've seen Jesus?
Martha, she's our guest.
Lazarus, he was a friend to Jesus. They were close. Yet when he was struck down with illness, we wrote desperately to Jesus, and he didn't come. Instead, we watched our brother die. We watched him suffer.
We said goodbye to our brother, wrapped him in cloth. We mourned him. Jesus arrived finally, but it was too late.
There's not a doubt in my mind that Jesus came to this world to save humans like my brother and like me. But you know what? When he got here, he didn't take us back in time. He didn't erase the pain of our loss. Do you know what he did?
No.
Jesus wept.
He hurt just like us. He felt it too. He mourned not only for the loss of our brother, but for the brokenness of our humanity.
And then the miracle happened. Jesus commanded Lazarus to come out of his tomb.
And plot twist, spoiler alert, I did.
But it doesn't make any sense. If Jesus had the power to change it all in the first place, why couldn't he just do it?
My dear, some things in this broken world are not for us to make sense of. All I know is when you find Jesus, you'll start to understand.
Well, how do I find him? How do I do that?
Well, I wrote to him, I asked him to come. And he did, not in my time, but in his own. He saved the one he loved.
Jesus loved his people so much, but not enough to stick around, I guess. And not enough to stop himself from being killed. Not enough to stop the pain and suffering that would continue after the word is left. That's just so annoying. Jesus loved his people so much. He brought this guy back to life, but he couldn't do the same for my situation, for my mother. Did he not love her enough? Did he not love me enough to keep her here with me? God, did you even hear my prayer? An 8-year-old trying to figure out grief without the one she loves so completely. I may still live, but I guess my heart died that day. I'm starting to realize the power of this man I've never seen in the wake of his presence. But if he was truly God, why did he leave this all behind? Why did he leave me behind? And Jesus, with all of your power here, you've never fixed my broken heart. You raised this man from the dead, yet I still grieve for who's still torn apart from me. Jesus, you show that you love and care. You've got testimony to your name, yet you still chose to leave us alone. Where are you? In my story, God, where were you? In my pain, Jesus, where are you? I have so many things that need answers, yet where are you? See, I can pretend that Jesus is here, but he's not. I'm all alone. I've always had to do things alone. Look at me. On a journey I can't get out of, on a flight I can't get off. I don't really want to go home, but where do I go? Where will this journey bring me next?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to inform you that we're about to take a comfortable, scheduled break 31,000 feet above sea level. Intermission will begin in approximately 60 seconds out in the Traveler's Lounge. When the seatbelt sign switches off, feel free to navigate from your seat and disembark to the lounge. There, you'll be able to talk to our friendly host team and, of course, take a long-awaited trip to the lavatories. We'll be recommencing our flight in approximately 20 minutes. When you hear my announcement over the intercom, it will be time to return to your seating. Enjoy the intermission, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle your seatbelts as we launch Act 2, resuming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We trust you're comfortable, refreshed and rested, ready for another leg of the journey.
We're traveling through our space and time continuum, leaping from year to year, ping-ponging to places you might never thought you had the chance to visit.
Also, our dear Hope might have the opportunity to discover her true flight path, not one set by her own past, but deep in the core of her identity.
So, where is Hope now?
She's enjoying our complimentary in-flight services.
Ladies and gentlemen, buckle your seatbelts. Put your phones into flight mode. Let's go.
Buckle in, hold on tight. We've still got another leg of our flight. And though this story's hopes you might find is yours too. Come and follow the journey. Why don't we see where this flight is going? Rolling stones and great priests, a new point of view. I don't know what has brought you here tonight, but you can't get off this flight. I don't know what's gonna happen in your life, but you can't get off this flight. So enjoy your journey. Enjoy your journey. Enjoy your journey. It might be the flight of your life. Flight of your life. Enjoy your journey. Enjoy your journey. Enjoy your journey. It might be the flight of your life.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an announcement to let you know that you are about to head directly into the eye of the storm. Please place your seat in the upright position, open your window shades, ensure that the footpath is clear of any loose items, and fasten your seatbelts. We will experience turbulence and possibly perform an emergency landing. Prepare yourselves in the brace position. Cabin crew, ready, hang tight.
My Lord! Lord, do not leave us here!
It's coming over the boat. We'll be swamped.
Rabbi, we need you!
Who brings a curse to this boat?
What?
Who brings a curse? Get rid of them!
My Lord! The storm raged. My courage failed. The only voice I had screamed out for Jesus!
Oh, I think I know where we are.
Oh, Peter! We're with Peter? Who's he?
He was one of Jesus' disciples. He lived his life for him and died for him as well.
We must have been thrown through the storm and ended up here, somewhere between two worlds. I think we're in Peter's head.
Can you take me to Jesus?
Listen, he's praying.
Lord, reveal to me the significance of what happened last night. The storm stung my eyes and grew heavy in my heart. The waves tried to sink us, turning grown men into helpless infants. See, the storm, it overwhelmed me. Never before I had seen such anger rising up from the deep, a wrath we couldn't control. It tried to swallow us. Was this the point of life? Men intent on doing the Lord's work, still to be swept into a merciless pool of anger, a seething, watery death. What was the point of being good at all? Did the storm have our names written on our wrists? Did you, Lord, pick our fate to end in the whirling water you created? Or did we just get unlucky? Spend enough time on this earth and it will come. No one is immune from the storms of life. Grief, loss, anxiety, depression. Just some of the powerful forces we come against. Why did I think I was exempt? I let my fear take hold of me completely. This storm would ravage us. This storm would finish us. There was one that took a different approach. Jesus, my Lord, still asleep on the boat. It tried its best to get to him, as it had so easily gotten to us. But this man was unwavering. He saw that ugly storm, the one raging in my heart, the one raging on the water that night. He sees the story as it is written. He sees the ending. He rewrites the story. He sees the broken, the history as it is written. The person as they've always been. He rewrites the story. He sees the lies that say, you'll never be good. You'll always be lost. You'll always be a slave to the storm you're in. Jesus rewrites the story. Do not be silenced by your storm. The greatest miracles happen in the midst of our hardship. I should know. I saw it come to pass. Jesus spoke. The storm grew silent. It was done. But our work is not. Rise, move, do his work. Now is the time to conquer the storm and to fight another day. Father, forgive me for not seeing this so clearly before. Give me strength to fight the storms that lie ahead. There is much work to do.
Hey, wait! Can you take me to Jesus?
Hope, we need to move on.
We need to get back to our original flight path.
I need to talk to Peter. I don't have the strength like he does in my own battle.
You'll see Jesus, but not here. Come on.
Are we angry dimwits or are we priests?
Dimwits over there.
I know you are, but what am I?
I spit on your family.
Oh, I'm so scared.
What is the meaning of all this? Rebel uprising.
High Priestess. Thank God you're here. We've had a phenomenon.
Non.
We've had a child named Jesus. He was separated from his parents.
The temple is no place for a child for 3 days.
3 days? What was his parents thinking?
Well, but that's not all. He also knew his stuff.
Interesting.
He taught us a thing or two.
That wouldn't be hard. It's dangerous.
He's a child.
He's a threat. Today he teaches. Tomorrow he takes over. There is no way a child that young, who knows the scripture that well, doesn't have an agenda.
Quite right. Yeah.
Maybe he's a Roman spy.
Yeah, he's got a point.
Or maybe this Jesus is the one we've been waiting for.
We have to cut it in the bud before it blooms. So let me get this right. You're telling me that this boy had a name?
Jesus.
So this boy wonder, Jesus, comes into our temple and he stays here for 3 days and he teaches our priests and doctors in scripture?
Yes.
Oh, demonic, yes?
Yes.
We must remember this incident.
Yes.
What we need is a plan.
Yes.
A sound drumbeat, yes?
Yes.
A succinct strategy.
But don't you remember? The scriptures state.
What? The scripture states what?
So we see that the kid knows a bit of scripture. I mean, he's clearly out there standing up to all his teachers. I know to you he's looking like a prodigy, but from where I'm standing, it's looking more like heresy.
God, with his power and knowing, send a little child with his feet to go. Do you really think he's the king we need? Better than us? We're scholars, please!
He wants to argue the books, but we're the ones who know about the books. A kid teaching us, how does that look? Keep things the same, let's take him down for good.
Guys, he's just a kid.
Nah.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I can see you've been sleeping while you say you've been praying. And we know it's been 433 years since the exile of people in our souls detest. And the book says that's when the Messiah will come. You'll see a king riding a donkey before your days are done. It's written in the books, it's clear as day. Jesus is the one who saves.
No, he wants to argue the books, but we're the ones who know about the books. A kid teaching us, how does that look? Keep things the same, let's take him down for good. And he wants to argue the books, but we're the ones who know about the books. This Jesus kid is better off kaput. Keep things the same, let's take him down for good.
No more here, brothers.
So that's how long they've been trying to kill the kid? Since he was a baby. I have my work cut out for me.
Yeah, you kind of do. Sorry.
Okay. Just let me process everything that's happened tonight. I was in my couch. No. I was on a flight? No, I was on a couch that somehow turned into an aircraft. Okay, and then I was at the tomb of Jesus, then met the street cleaners of Jerusalem who told me about the plot to kill Jesus. Then we saw Lazarus. That was really weird. Then we went to see the temple where Jesus preached at. When he was a child, Mary lost him for 3 days.
Yeah, 3 days. That's kind of bad, right?
So, all of this and still no sign of Jesus. The man who everyone is trying to kill, the one who saved the day, and he just keeps stirring things up and changing the status quo. It's so clear that he's here, just maybe a few seconds before me.
How do you know?
How do I know? Well, just listen to everyone I've spoken to tonight. They've seen him and his miracles. I don't understand why you can't just sat me to where he is.
Because it's not how faith works, Hope.
Come on, we have one place left to take you.
trusted the Lord all my life, and He's carried me through this journey. And now again I try to let go to all that is to come, to all that is to come, and I will hold on tight, for soon I need to let you go. For now this promise is mine, but soon I'll need to let you go, let you go. Bethlehem will see this miracle happen, and I know the world will soon be next. But baby, while I have the chance, I'll keep you safe against all that is to come, all that is to come, and I will hold on tight, for soon I need to let you go. For now this promise is mine, but soon I need to let you go, and I will hold on tight, for soon I need to let you go. For now this promise is mine, but soon I need to let you go, let you go. Joseph, I think it's time.
So that was Mary with Jesus.
Do you see now, Hope?
The man himself, Jesus, not his person, but his legacy. Do you see the way he touched the people around him? Do you see why he had to come into this world as one of us, as a baby, born to a mother, but also born to die?
He came for all of us, to save us, not just as fully human, but as fully God as well. This was his story.
No, I can't accept that. You brought me this far just to speak to me about faith? Are you kidding me? So you just teased me into thinking I could stop something and change something and save someone, and you brought me here just before he was born. I don't get it. Why would you do that? Why would God do that? Why would God send on earth a king who couldn't even win? Because of all this and all of I've seen, it just wasn't good enough to save him. And I'm not good enough to save him either. He's just a man who did some good things and died, and he makes no difference in my life.
Wrong, Hope. Let me show you the difference. Let me show you why you're here.
Mary, he is here. Your son is here.
God's son, and we shall name him Jesus.
I saw the Spirit come down from heaven as a dove and remain on him. And I myself did not know him, but the one who sent me to baptize with water told me, the man on whom you see the Spirit come down and remain is the one who will baptize with the Holy Spirit. I have seen, and I testify that this is God's chosen one.
Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani.
The scripture stated in Isaiah, "He was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed."
For as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the great fish, so will the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you. A time is coming, and in fact has come, when you will be scattered, each to your own home. You will leave me all alone. Yet I am not alone, for my Father is with me. I have told you these things, so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world. Even in God's almighty power, I had to suffer for the earth, and I would do it all again, just to save you. In my story, you were here. Always in my heart, you are here. I keep knocking and hoping you'll answer. You were always here. You were always here. I've always been here. I rose again, Hope, and though you didn't see me, I saw you, all of you. I saw your pain. In fact, I died for it, so that you wouldn't have to.
Jesus? He's gone. Jesus? No. Jesus is here. He's here. This changes everything.